everyone and welcome back to the Science Hub. Today we are going to learn about central dogma of molecular biology. In molecular biology, central dogma illustrates the flow of genetic information from DNA to RNA and from RNA to protein. It is suggested that the information present in a DNA is essential to make up all the proteins, and RNA acts as a messenger that carries the information through the ribosomes. What is central dogma? It is the process in which the genetic information flows from DNA to RNA to make a functional product, protein. It is also called the main principle of the protein synthesis. It involves two main processes, transcription and translation. In transcription, from DNA, RNA molecule is obtained, and in translation from RNA, protein is synthesized. It involves activation of amino acids and their binding to tRNA, that is transfer RNA. Now, what are the basic requirements for the protein synthesis? Base sequence from DNA for the protein synthesis, the standard 20 types of amino acids, all 3 types of non-genetic RNA, that are mRNA, rRNA and transfer RNA, that is messenger RNA, which carries codes for the DNA in the nucleus to the site of protein synthesis in the cytoplasm, tRNA, that is the transfer RNA, which serve as a physical link between the mRNA and amino acids in the sequence of protein, and last one is the rRNA, which act as a ribozyme which carries out protein synthesis in the ribosomes. It also includes various enzymes or the factors, and source of energy in the form of ATP and GTP are also required. Semi-conservative DNA replication. The new DNA strands are formed with one strand of the parent DNA and other is newly synthesized, and this process is termed as semi-conservative DNA replication. Here in the figure we can see that these two pink colored are the parent DNA, and from which the new two DNA are formed, which include one parent DNA strand and other is the newly synthesized DNA strand. And so on the synthesis process goes. Transcription. It is a process in which the genetic information for the protein to be synthesized is transcribed from DNA to mRNA, and the process of transcription requires a transcription unit. मतलब एक ये प्रोसेस है जिसके अंदर जो भी जेनेटिक इन्फॉर्मेशन होगा हमारे प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस के लिए वो डीएनए से एमआरएनए में ट्रांसक्राइब होगा. ट्रांसक्रिप्शन यूनिट. Transcription is defined primarily by 3 regions of DNA, that are a promoter region, structural gene and a terminator region. Collectively, they are described as a transcription unit. So, basically the transcription unit includes the 3 regions of the DNA segment, that is the promoter region, structural gene and the terminator. The structural gene is made up of 2 strands of DNA helix. Only 3' to 5' strand is used for the synthesis of mRNA, and it is called as template strand or antisense strand. And the other strand, that is from 5' to 3' strand, it is termed as coding strand or the sense strand. The promoter is a small DNA sequence on the template strand. It is located at the 5' and upstream of the coding strand. मतलब जो डीएनए में हमारा 3' से 5' का जो स्ट्रैंड्स रहता है, that are termed as the template strand or the antisense strand, and that are required for the synthesis of mRNA, and other strand, that is from the direction of 5' to 3', they are termed as a coding strand or the sense strand. The promoter provides the binding site for the enzyme RNA polymerase and also initiates the synthesis of mRNA. And in the promoter region, it provides a binding site for the enzyme, and from there the synthesis of mRNA initiates. Transcription unit. Here we can see the orange indication shows the promoter region, and The strand from 5' to 3' direction is the coding strand, and on the upstream 3 to 5 is the template strand where the synthesis of mRNA occurs. And last one, the blue indication shows the terminator region where the whole process will terminate and we will get our final product. Transcription unit. The terminator is also a small DNA sequence on a template strand. It is located at the 3' end downstream of the coding strand. The terminator makes the end of mRNA synthesis or the transcription. Additional regularity. DNA sequence may be present further upstream or downstream to the promoter. The structural gene which is to be transcribed is basically a DNA segment and it is termed as cistron and it codes for a specific polypeptide. जो भी स्ट्रक्चरल जीन है हमारा जो उसे हम लोग को ट्रांसक्राइब करना है वो बेसिकली एक डीएनए सेगमेंट ही है और उसे हम लोग सिस्ट्रॉन बोलते हैं एंड further it will code into a specific polypeptides or the proteins. In eukaryotes, the structural gene have interrupt coding sequence, hence the gene is said to be split. This sequence may exist as exons or the introns. Now what are exons and introns? The coding sequence which are expressed and which appear in the mRNA are termed as exons. Exons वो sequence है जो भी मतलब coding sequence जो express हो रहे हैं and which we can see in the mRNA synthesis are the exons, and the introns are the intervening sequence which do not express and which do not appear in the mRNA. जो भी sequence जो express या appear नहीं हो रहे mRNA के अंदर that are the introns. The enzyme DNA dependent RNA polymerase first bind to the promoter site and starts the transcription. RNA polymerase जो है वो firstly जाके bind करेगा here that is the promoter region और वो transcription process initiate करेगा. That's why this process is also known as the initiation of the transcription. The enzyme also brings about uncoiling the two strands of DNA. मतलब जो ये एंजाइम जब वहाँ जाके बाइंड कर रहा है तो वो अनकॉइल भी करेगा. जो DNA स्ट्रैंड्स यहाँ पे हम लोग देख रहे हैं वो जॉइंट है उसे वो अनकॉइल करेगा और उनके बीच में से ये जॉइंट हटेगा एंड आवर फर्दर RNA विल बाइंड ओवर देयर. So here we can easily see there is uncoiling in the DNA strands. The second step is the elongation, which includes RNA polymerase then attracts activated nucleotides in RNA and align them in front of the DNA template in a complementary manner. As the enzyme moves from 5' to 3' direction, more and more nucleotides get attached and the RNA strand becomes elongated. तो इसमें क्या होगा, जो RNA polymerase आ रहा है it will attract and activate the nucleotides of RNA और उसे बेसिकली जो DNA का हमारा स्ट्रैंड था उसी तरीके से उसके कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री में जाके उसे अटैच करेगा और वहाँ जाके फॉर्म करेगा and that will elongate the RNA strand, and that's why this process is termed as elongation of the transcription. Only a small part of RNA remains bound to the enzyme and rest part is hanging. Here on we can see this yellow line, that is the small part is bounded to the enzyme and other rest part is hanging over here. Here we can see the hanging portion. The final part, that is the termination, once the enzyme reach to the terminator region, both the enzyme and RNA strands are set to free. जब भी हमारा जो टर्मिनेशन एंड होगा तो वहाँ पे एंजाइम और आरएनए स्ट्रैंड है वो दोनों फ्री हो जाएंगे. दिस वन इज द एंजाइम एंड हियर इज द आरएनए स्ट्रैंड, एंड दिस प्रोसेस इज ऑल्सो टर्म्ड एज द टर्मिनेशन ऑफ द ट्रांसक्रिप्शन. RNA polymerase only catalyzes and synthesis of RNA strand. RNA polymerase है वो कैटेलाइज करेगा और सिंथेसिस करेगा RNA strand. initiation factor and termination factor bind with polymerase with the help of process of initiation and termination respectively. Now here the transcription process is shown in the following figure. It states the three state, that is initiation, elongation and termination. In initiation, firstly the RNA polymerase will bind at the promoter site and further it will uncoil the DNA strand and it would arrange the RNA would arrange in the complementary strands. In elongation, the possible nucleotides will bind over there and it will elongate the chain. And in termination, both the RNA and the enzyme are said to be free and the process will end over there. In eukaryotes, the strands of RNA which is synthesized during transcription is called an hnRNA, that are the heterogeneous RNA, and the enzyme is RNA polymerase 1. In heterogeneous RNA, then they undergoes further processing to become functional. These post-transcriptional changes include splicing, capping and tailing. Here over figure we can see the capping region, then splicing, that is the exon and intron. Here we can see in the splicing the non-coding or we can say that the not expressed portion of the RNA, that is intron, which will remove, and in tailing effect we can see over here it will add on the further sequence. Splicing, the non-coding sequence, that is the introns, are removed by spliceosome excision. The coding sequence or the extrons joined together by ligations. Capping involved a methylated guanine cap is added to protect the mRNA, which includes or involves addition of methylguanosine triphosphate. It occurs at the 5' end of the mRNA transcript. It protects the mRNA from degradation. Tailing is a process in which adenylate residues are added to the 3' end of the heterogeneous RNA and it protects the mRNA from degradation. So हमने स्प्लाइसिंग में देखा कि जो भी नॉन कोडिंग सीक्वेंस है या तो जो पोर्शन जो ट्रांसक्रिप्शन के टाइम जो शो नहीं हो रहे, एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर पा रहे इंट्रॉन्स, वो रिमूव हो जाएंगे किसके थ्रू, तो स्प्लाइसोसोम एक्सिशन, और जो भी कोडिंग सीक्वेंस होंगे या तो फिर एक्सॉन्स वो जॉइंट हो जाएंगे साथ में लिगेशन के थ्रू. फिर कैपिंग रीजन है, उसमें क्या होगा कि एक मिथाइलेटेड ग्वानिन कैप ऐड करेंगे और जो प्रोटेक्ट करेगी mRNA को डिग्रेडेशन की वजह से. देन टेलिंग है, उसके अंदर हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं कि एडिनोलाइट रेसिड्यूज हम लोग ऐड करेंगे टू द 3' एंड, और कैपिंग में हमने 5' एंड की तरफ किया था. एंड इन टेलिंग ऑल्सो इट वुड protect it from the degradation. Here in the figure we can see the pre-mRNA or the heterogeneous RNA. So we have added the capping, that is the methylated guanine triphosphate over the 5' end and adenylate residues towards the 3' end. Then this introns will be removed and the further here we can see the final structure, that is the protein coded region. And these exons are joined by the ligaments, that is the splicing process. So first of all the introns would be get removed, then exons will join together by a ligament. Then in the second step capping we are adding the triphosphate cap over here, the guanine triphosphate cap, and it would protect the RNA from degradation. And same we will add at the 3' end, that is the adenylate residues. It would also protect the mRNA from the degradation. Once the heterogeneous RNA has undergone splicing, capping and tailing, it is termed as an mRNA. The functional mRNA leaves the nucleus and comes out in the cytoplasm, the site of protein synthesis or the translation. जैसे ही एक hRNA, that is हिट्रोजनस आरएनए वो स्प्लाइसिंग, कैपिंग और टेलिंग के अंदर जाता है तो उसे हम लोग mRNA कहेंगे. एंड फर्दर इट वुड लीव इट्स न्यूक्लियस और वो साइटोप्लाज्म में आ जाएगा, वेयर द साइट ऑफ प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस या तो फिर ट्रांसलेशन के लिए. Summary of transcription. In transcription we have seen the first process, that is the initiation, and in initiation the enzyme was binding to the promoter site and further the initiation has occurred and it would uncoil the DNA sequence and enzyme bind over there and the RNA will bind and further the nucleotide as much as they can attach they will attach and it would be termed as the elongation. Then last was the termination, where the process ends and we would get our RNA sequence. Reverse transcription. RNA is used as a template to produce DNA. The enzyme reverse transcriptase transcribes RNA to generate a single strand of complementary DNA, that is the cDNA. Reverse transcription भी होता है. अब रिवर्स ट्रांसक्रिप्शन में क्या होगा, जो हमें आरएनए मिला है या तो फिर आरएनए टेम्पलेट जो हमने यूज़ किया था डीएनए प्रोड्यूस करने के लिए उस टाइम, तो एंजाइम क्या करेगा, उसको रिवर्स में ले जाएगा. वो एक आरएनए से एक सिंगल स्ट्रैंड ऑफ कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री डीएनए वो बनाता है और जिसे हम लोग कहेंगे cDNA. द एंजाइम डीएनए पॉलीमरेज कन्वर्ट्स द सिंगल स्ट्रैंडेड cDNA इनटू द डबल स्ट्रैंड मॉलिक्यूल as it does in the DNA replication, and after that we get the cDNA, that is the complementary DNA, single stranded enzyme DNA polymerase which would convert it into the double stranded DNA molecule as it converts into the DNA replication. Special viruses known as the retroviruses use reverse transcription to replicate their viral genomes. ये एक स्पेशल कंडीशन या तो फिर स्पेशल वायरस हम लोग कह सकते हैं, जो कि है रेट्रोवायरस. वो क्या करेगा, वो रिवर्स ट्रांसक्रिप्शन लेता है टू रेप्लिकेट देयर वायरल जीनोम. साइंटिस्ट ऑल्सो यूज रिवर्स ट्रांसक्रिप्शन प्रोसेस टू डिटेक्ट द रेट्रोवायरसेस. Translation. The process of translation in central dogma will be explained in the next video. Thank you and keep visiting Science Hub for more interesting videos.